In this video, we're going to take a look at the ink cartridge separator, the little black circular piece that fits up into the barrel of the carabiner shuttle pin, and starting with a new component, making sure to do that. I like to call it the ink cartridge separator. With that component active, I'm going to create a new sketch based off of the XZ plane. I will create a circle, and the diameter of that circle will be 0.545. Not sure why that didn't take, but there we go. And so what I'm going to do here is actually you're going to notice there are some various notches, and I'm going to go ahead and create a line from the origin up to the top here. I'm going to go ahead and click, so when I select that, I can also press the X key, which will also turn it into a construction line. To get started, I'm going to go ahead and draw two lines, so kind of off of here for a little bit, almost to make like a V shape. And when I do so, I'm going to go ahead and run my dimension tool from the top of the line to the point of this V shape. It's going to be 0.035, and the lines are going to be 45 degrees away from the line there. So if you notice here, there was actually a perpendicular constraint that got applied. You could also apply that geometric constraint, or you could have another dimension. But main thing is making sure that we have a fully defined sketch. What I'm going to do here is under Create, I'm going to go to Circular Pattern, and I'm going to select my two lines here as my objects. And then I'm going to choose the center point, and I'm going to choose the origin as the center point with the number of instances being 4. And now you'll see those notches be patterned in, and I can say OK. From here I can say Finish Sketch, extrude this to be, so making sure not to select these notches. We're going to go ahead and make this a little easier on ourselves, and it'll be 0.3 inches there. From here, before I get started on any of the other features, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shell, selecting the bottom to remove 0.035 for the shell thickness, and saying OK. In order to do the others, I'm going to go ahead and click on to do the holes in the top. I'm going to click Create Sketch, choosing the top. In order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and choose a line from the origin. I'm going to go ahead and draw this line straight along the x-axis. I'm going to make it a construction line. This line as well. I'm going to go about 45 degrees, and I can go ahead and dimension this line to this one to be right at 45 degrees. So since this one has to remain horizontal, this one will move in its place. I'm going to go ahead and under Create, I'm going to choose a point, and along the line here, I'm going to go ahead and click to set the point. If the point is able to be moved, you can always utilize a coincident constraint, clicking the point and the line to set it directly onto the line. Dimension-wise, from the origin to this point, I'm going to right-click and I'm going to choose Aligned, and I want an aligned dimension. So along the line there, I want it to be, it will be 0.15, excuse me, as far as the placement. And then what I can end up doing here is I can go ahead and do like I did before with the earlier part. I can circular pattern, choosing my point, choosing my center point as my origin, and setting 4 of these in place and hitting OK. So making sure that the holes do not line up with the points of your notches that were cut out in the previous operation. Saying Finish Sketch, I'm going to use the Hole command, choosing the 4 holes or the 4 points to create my holes. The distance is going to be through all, and so that'll set the depth, and then the hole diameter will be a 0.130, and saying OK. This will provide us with our pen separator, ink cartridge separator, and now we can look at go ahead and changing the physical material. to a plastic. And changing the appearance to black. And making sure to save. This concludes the video, and our next component is taken care of for our carabiner shuttle pin. Take a look at the next video to see our ink cartridge being made for the particular project.